One of the questions I have received many times and I want to address is about the countries which are eligible to apply. And some people are asking or questioning, why do natives of certain countries not allowed to apply? And what are the countries which are eligible in this DV 2023? So these are two-in-one questions. Number one, what is the reasoning behind why people born in certain countries are not allowed or are not eligible to apply for the diverse visa lottery? And the second part, what are the countries now which are allowed to apply and which are not allowed to apply in the diverse visa 2023? Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo EBM and I welcome you to my channel. Please subscribe, first thing. Secondly, like the video. Third, share the video to your WhatsApp group and Facebook, Twitter, and any other network you have with your friends. So, basically, the United States established something called diversity visa lottery. Just like the word itself, diversity. So these are the visas which are provided based on diversity. The greatness of the United States of America is based on the diversity. That means people from all over the world, from each corner of the world, is welcomed to become American, to become part of this greatest country on the planet Earth. So, for that particular case, there are countries which has so many people compared to others. Here you have to be very careful to understand what I mean by so many people. It doesn't mean that so many people, but anybody like a student, tourist, no. We are talking about people who are immigrant. And by immigrant, the legal definition of immigrant here is someone who has a permanent resident. That's why there is what we call the immigrant visa and non-immigrant visa. Immigrant visa is a visa you are given which you come to become immigrant. You come to America to become a permanent resident. Non-immigrant is the visa you come to America for a specified period of time for a particular reasoning. If it's a student, to become a student, if to become a skilled worker, if to become a tourist for a specified period of time with expectation to go back to your home country. That is a non-immigrant. So if you come here to stay for 5 years, you are not a green card holder, you are not an immigrant. So for that particular case, we are talking about the countries with many people with green cards, with immigrants. By immigrant, I mean people with a green card, not just a student, not just a tourist, no. So the countries with many people, we call the high admission countries. The countries with the lower number of immigrants or lower number of people with green cards. And here, they are referring people who are getting green card by family and employment. If that number is going to be more than 50,000 in the last 5 years, that country is going to be removed from participation of the diversity visa lottery. And that country, if the number within the last 5 years, the number goes below 50,000, the country is going to be brought back. What does that mean? It means there are countries which are used to be high admission. Then later, those countries were removed. Then the countries, the number went down. The countries were brought back. So that is something you need to know. And I will go to give some of I'm going to give some of those examples so that you're going to be able to understand what does that mean. For instance, let us start with the DV 2022. DV 2022, the countries which were not eligible, in those countries, Venezuela was not one among the countries. Venezuela was eligible to apply. But when it comes to the DV 2023, Venezuela now is not eligible to apply, meaning Venezuela has now more than 50,000 people with a green card. And just to make sure what I mean, let me read what I'm trying to capture, what I'm trying to explain to you. Diversity visas are intended to provide an immigration opportunity for persons who are not from high admission countries. U.S. law defines high admission countries as those countries which have a total of more than 50,000 persons in the family-sponsored green card and employment-based visa immigrants who are immigrated to the United States in the past 5 years. Each year, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, counts the family and employment immigrant admissions and the adjustment of status numbers for the previous 5 years to identify the countries that are considered as high admission and whose natives will therefore be ineligible, will not be allowed for the annual diversity visa program. Since the USCIS makes this calculation annually, the list of these countries whose natives are eligible or not eligible might change over time, might change from year to year. So this year, it can be this way. This year can be different. So that is one of the examples I gave. Venezuela is one of the countries which was not eligible, which was eligible 2022 last year, now not eligible. The countries, for instance, last year, DV 2022, Guatemala was not eligible. Guatemala. DV 2023, Guatemala is eligible to apply for the diversity visa lottery. You see what I'm trying to explain? So countries can be there, countries can be removed. And it depends. This has been just like it has been this way in a long time, that countries are going to be brought back, some are not. Let me find some other examples so that you can be just understanding what I mean. So for instance, we know that diversity visa lottery started back in 1995. That is when it started. Since 1995, Venezuela has been eligible for the diversity visa lottery until the current DV lottery, DV 2023. That is the only time Venezuela is not eligible. Guatemala from 1995 to 2009 was eligible. Then 2008, 2009 to 2013, Guatemala was not eligible. Why? Because the number was exceeding 50,000. Then from 2014 to 2020 was eligible. Then 2021, 2022 was not eligible. 2023 is brought back to apply. So that's why I'm trying to explain the numbers are going to be eligible or not to be eligible. For instance, Peru, from 1995 to 2008 was eligible. From 2009 to 2020 was not eligible. From 2021 to today is eligible. So these countries are that way. Country of Nigeria, from 1995 to 2014, around 2014, Nigeria was eligible. From 2015 to today, Nigeria is not eligible. So these countries are going up and down, depending on that way. So when the number goes down from that family and work employment threshold, that means if it's going to be below 50,000, that country is going to be brought back. If the countries are going to, if they're going up, the countries will be removed. So that is why one country is eligible this year, one country is not eligible. So I'm so sorry for the people of Nigeria. We were expecting, and I was very much sure Nigeria will be one among the countries to be brought back, partly because of the immigration suspension of last year, could help the number to go down. But it seems that there are still so many people who got green card by family and employment from Nigeria in the last 5 years, making sure the number doesn't go down as quickly as expected. So that is something I want to give example. Let me give just the funny example. Colombia, for instance, only in the year 1995, when it started, it was eligible to apply. From 1995, that was the only time. It has never been allowed to apply up to today. Canada has never been able to apply since 1995 to today. China has never, because they have so many people. Dominican Republic, India, Jamaica, Mexico. All these countries have never been eligible to apply. Philippines, you know, Philippines is one of the countries with so many people with the work employment green card. And India, that is the reason why India and the Philippines are not there. United Kingdom has never been part of the green card lottery. Vietnam, there are so many people who are part of the green card, who got a green card through family or through employment, making it difficult to be below 50,000 in the last 5 years. So those are the reasoning why some countries are not eligible to apply, and which countries are now eligible. So the following countries are not eligible for the DV 2023. The rest of the countries, if the country I don't mention, that means the country is eligible. In Africa, only Nigeria is the country which is not eligible, which is not allowed to apply. So don't ask me, is my country Somalia allowed? Is my country Tanzania allowed? Is my country Sudan is allowed? All the African countries are allowed, exception of Nigeria in Africa. So the following countries are not allowed to apply in the DV 2023. Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Haiti, or Haiti, whatever they pronounce, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, United Kingdom, exception of Northern Ireland and its territories. Now we have added Venezuela, which was not there, and Vietnam. So those are the countries which are not allowed to apply. The rest of the countries are allowed. As I said, in Africa, only one country is not allowed, and that country is Nigeria. So the rest of the countries are allowed to apply. So those are the few things I want you to understand about the participation of the diversity visa lottery and why one country is allowed to apply, one country is not allowed to apply. But remember, if let's say you are born in Nigeria, but your spouse was born in Kenya, you can be allowed to apply and put your eligibility based on your spouse eligibility. It doesn't mean that you are completely not allowed to apply. You can claim your eligibility based on the country of your spouse. And it reads as follows. If you are not a native of a country with the historical roll rates, like you are in Nigeria, you are Bangladesh, wherever, India, there are some of the ways you can be able to apply. One of the way is your spouse a native of a country with historical roll number. If your spouse is from the country which is allowed to apply, you can claim your eligibility based on the country of your spouse. If you are married to a Tanzanian, you are married to a Kenyan, you are married to Uganda, married to a Ghanaian, you are married to any person who is allowed, and you are coming from a country which is not allowed, you are allowed to apply and claim eligibility on the spouse status. So that is one I want to make sure you understand that. So thank you so much. All the best everyone for applying for the diversity visa lottery. And this is EBM. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel.